The findings of that review, the Attorney General briefed you on
that.
What?
On
the DOJ and FBI
On what?
review.
On what subject?
Epstein. Okay. On Epstein, of the review of the files. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
A very quick briefing.
Did she tell you, what did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing.
Yeah, it's very quick. It can't be bad for me, right? If it was quick, I mean, it'd have to go for like an hour or two, and then maybe it could be bad. No, okay, it was quick. It's quick. Well, let's see. Let's test this out. How long would it take to say, "Hey, sir, we got done looking through the files, and you're all over that thing"? What was that, like 3 seconds or whatever? I guess the story actually checks out. Now, the line from the White House, what you saw from Donald Trump and Carolyn Leavitt, who looked kind of uncomfortable there next to Donald Trump, which could be about the subject matter of Epstein, or it could just be that she has a good sense of smell. Either way, she looks uncomfortable. He's not copping to the fact that evidently, as the Wall Street Journal reports, Donald Trump was told months ago that he was in the Epstein files, that he knew it, that Pam Bondi knew it, that the DOJ knew it, the entire White House has known it. They all knew it. And that's bad. It's not bad necessarily in that it proves that Donald Trump has broken the law. We can't say that for sure, and we won't be able to say that until the final files are finally released. Hence why they probably don't want the files to come out. But it does mean that if you believe that this has been a cover up, you just got by far the strongest evidence of it. You don't get to come into power, dig through all the files, talking about, oh, we're gonna release it, it's gonna be amazing. And then we look through it and we're like, they're just sweating more and more as they read it. And then they realize, oh, Donald Trump is all over this thing. Nothing to see here. No, you don't need to know about it. You don't need to know about Donald Trump. You don't need to know about the other notable high profile individuals that are in that, because, and again, it makes it easy for a person like me to say, because Donald Trump is in it, we're not gonna release anything. There's no more investigation. Nothing is going to happen. And maybe that's not an accurate narrative. But I defy you to say that I'm crazy to imply that based on what's been revealed. They gave that to us with their suspicious behavior going back literally months. In addition to all of what Donald Trump has said about, oh, it's boring, you don't need to know anything about that, it's all planted. The fact that he has gone to such great lengths to conceal not only the documents themselves, but the knowledge that he has had, that he was in there, is as suspicious as it seems at first. And so they looked at a truckload of documents. His name appeared multiple times. They had a meeting in the White House. Many other high profile figures were also named, according to Trump. And here's the thing, like if you're MAGA or whatever, I know this is like an uncomfortable position for you to be in, but if Donald Trump is in there and he obviously doesn't want you to find out about that, and there are these other high profile individuals, there are a couple of potential explanations for this. So maybe there are other Republicans in there, and that could be a part of the cover up. Maybe there are influential political donors in there, and that could be a part of the cover up. Maybe there's Democrats in there that you would love to know about. Democratic donors, George Soros, Tom Hanks, or whatever. But Donald Trump can't release it because then you'd also find out about him. And think about that. You might say, well, no, he wouldn't do that. He wants to save the children. Yeah, or does he want to save his ass more than anything else? And would he be willing to cover up, maybe Bill Clinton is there. Maybe Bill and Hillary were tag teaming toddlers or whatever. But he cares about defending himself. Yeah, that is grotesque, but we're talking about really tough material here. But he obviously cares about himself more than he cares about every other human on earth combined. And so would he be willing to sweep under the rug, not only other Republicans, but Democrats too, if that's what it took to defend himself? And again, you don't get to say that I'm wrong because Donald Trump is covering it up. You don't get to know the truth because Donald Trump and Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are all covering it up. They all knew for months now that he was in there, and they lied to you about it. They said there was nothing to see here, it's boring, there's nothing there, no clients list. Okay, well maybe there's not a clients list. Maybe it's not a bullet point numbered list, but apparently there are a lot of names there and nobody gets to find out about it, I guess. And so, by the way, I just want to flash back Pam Bondi back in February okay, was like, it's on my list, man. It's all these documents. Now, bear in mind, it was February 21st. Inauguration had been a month before that. Now, she took a little bit to get confirmed, but weeks had already clearly gone by. Like, you could go through the documents at some point. Like, it seems like it would be kind of interesting. But whatever, February, which is a couple of months before she lets Trump know that he's in there. It's apparently before the FBI dug into the details. And so another piece of evidence in the timeline that makes this look hyper suspicious. When they hadn't yet confirmed Donald Trump's presence, oh, they're beating their chest. We're gonna reveal this thing. Here's a binder, everybody. This thing's gonna blow your mind. And then they look into it and suddenly, nothing to see here. Doesn't merit any more thought. Highly, highly suspicious. Now, a spokesperson for the DOJ responded to this reporting saying this is a collection of falsehoods and innuendo designed to push a bull-esque narrative and drive clicks. And Stephen Chung says this is nothing more than a continuation of the fake news stories concocted by the Democrats and the liberal media. Well, to be fair, it's the Wall Street Journal, which is a conservative news organization. They're not liberals, and they were told this by sources inside of the FBI, which I don't think those are generally blue-haired soy drinkers or whatever. And so Stephen Chung, like he physically cannot say anything that is true. And the DOJ, they're just Trump lawyers at this point. They're not even quasi-independent anymore. So yeah, continue to lie. It doesn't matter. Like when Trump finally admits that he's in there and he comes up with a new narrative to distract you from it, it's not like people are gonna be like, hey, we were lied to by all these people. The lies are just free. You can just do it at this point. And by the way, like he had tried to distract everybody with, I'm gonna give you the grand jury testimony, which as we pointed out was basically nothing compared to all of the files. And we told you that even as small as it is, it still relies on a judge to okay the release when a judge has denied it. The judge isn't gonna let those go out, which might seem like good news from Donald Trump's point of view. I mean, after all, he doesn't actually want those things to be released, but this is not good news for Donald Trump because this was supposed to be the distraction and now it was shot down. So Trump, you don't get your distraction. And now the ball's back in your court. Okay, you can't make the judge release these files, although honestly, he's not listened to judges multiple times during the second term. And so now you have to give us something. And you can't force the grand jury stuff to come out, but those Epstein documents, you could release those right now if you want to. We could be looking at them over lunch. And if he doesn't do that, we now then have to speculate again, why is it that he's not doing that? And so it's just suspicious, suspicious, suspicious from top to bottom. If you enjoyed that, then make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming a member. So you're probably wondering, why would I do that? Well, when you do that, you get access to bonus content that I make every single week, and it's a lot of fun. You get custom emojis and more. If you join at tier 3, by the way, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself. And you'll get all that going forward, but you'll also unlock years of the back catalog that is literally 100 or more bonus clips and top 10 lists and debates and more. So what are you waiting for?